made by Thomas Bosc. I'm hoping I'm saying his last name right. And he created this wonderful portfolio site that makes me jealous. Now, there's a difference between jealousy and envy. Jealous because he deserves this recognition for all the hard work he's done. I'm just jealous that I'm like, why can't I make something like this? I want to make something super awesome like he did. But he deserves this. He deserves all this praise for this hard work. And so many people in the Webflow team, including our VP of marketing, caught eye of this portfolio site, and we couldn't help but tweet it out and show people this. And it's amazing. So let's quickly break it down. You have a onload interaction. You have hover interactions. You have, look at that. You have scroll into and scroll out of interactions. You have while scrolling interaction. You have position sticky with while scrolling interaction, another position sticky. And then you have this moving up based on scroll. There's so many interactions here, but it's done so tastefully, you know? I said tastefully. Maybe that was subliminal because I was looking at this pizza. Yeah. And then you have click animations. Like if you turn this off, like what is going on here? This is amazing. And if you haven't checked his site out, go to let me link it in the live chat. Oh, I can't because the live chat's on my PC. Scrolling down. So it's TomasBosc.com. And this is not screenshots. This is not After Effects. This is actually live. Look at this. This is live text. See how my cursor changed? Yeah, this is live text. This is live text right here. I can select it. What, amazing. And then check this out. Easter eggs. What? This website wants to suck your soul. So click animations, hovers, scrolls. He does it all, including mouse position. Oh man. I want to close it. I can't. This is so fun. Look at accept or accept in red. Oh man, bad UX. But I just keep scrolling down. It's so fun to just scroll and just enjoy the journey, enjoy the storytelling. So much thought has been put into this. All right. So, what I'm going to try to do in this stream is try to explain how Thomas did some of this stuff. Maybe we'll get into we'll do the page load interaction, how to load things when the page first loads, and then a hover interaction, like how he did this. And we'll also do a scroll interaction. And what he has told me is that I asked him, hey, can I share out the read-only link so people can learn from you? And he said that he's going to actually make videos breaking all of this down. So whenever that happens, can't wait. And I'll tweet that out, and people should watch these videos to learn, because this is amazing. All of it is amazing. All right. Yeah, lots to unpack on this site. Very incredible. All right. And so we'll go into that. And let's see, where are people from? I'm not going to use Stream Deck. So we're going to, actually, should I restart my Stream Deck? I don't know. I'm scared to unplug anything. Oh, what happened? I'm trying here. I'm really trying. Okay, anyway, so where are people from? I have Pakistan, Austria, Houston, Texas, Romania, Munich, Germany, Ohio, UK, Bay Area, Estonia, Texas again, Westwood, New Jersey, UK, Kevin is from Mars. Everyone, give it up for Kevin for finding a great internet service provider from Mars. That's amazing. Your bill must be terrible. And if it's not terrible, the lag must be terrible. Phoenix, Arizona, Russia. Welcome, everyone. Let's get into it. Actually, you know what? Before we get into learning, let's talk to Tomas. He's actually on Zoom right now. And if this goes right, if I figured this out, then we'll be able to talk to him through Zoom. Sweden, Denmark. All right, let's go. We got that going. Okay, let me switch. Sweet. Does this work? Can you see me, Tomas? And I can't hear you. We tested this.
Hello.
This. Wait, talk?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Were you muted?
Yeah, I was still muted.
You scared me. Oh man, I was like, no, another failure on this stream. Oh man, how are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Let me ask real quick. Live stream. Everyone in the chat, do you hear him? Please say yes. Hopefully. And there's probably some white noise, and that's just because I'm learning. Yeah. Anyways, so Thomas, how do you say it? Is Tomas or is it Thomas? How do you say your name?
Oh, you say it's Toma. But
Toma.
I don't mind either way. Yeah.
Oh, Toma. Okay. Because
Yeah.
the only European that I know of is Daft Punk. I mean, European name Thomas is Daft Punk.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, Tomas. So Toma. Okay, I will call you Toma.
Yeah.
Well, and your last name, how do you say that? Was I saying it right?
Bosc. You had it right, actually.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
Toma
First try.
Bosc. Yes. So amazing website. I was
Thank you
blown
so
away
much.
when I saw our VP of marketing, Ashley, tweet it out. And I kept scrolling. I was like, whoa. And I couldn't stop saying whoa. But I stopped at that poop emoji and I was like, that can't be clickable. And then I clicked it and I was like, this is genius. This is amazing. The amount of detail that you put into your site is amazing. So just want to ask you, how long did that portfolio website take to make?
It's been a long process. It's been an on and off process. I've been going at it for, I'd say I first tried to do it about a year ago. And then it's been in portfolio hell for months, like we all do. We know what it's like. I haven't touched it at all for months. And then I kept seeing new things done in Webflow through the Webflow showcase page. And I kept being blown away by what you actually could do. And I remember that when Flow launched the sticky positioning, I decided, okay, it's time now I can do pretty much anything I can think of. Every ideas I had for I knew I wanted a one-page design, and this was it. I knew I could make everything I wanted.
So Position Sticky was the catalyst for you to continue building your site. What is it about the Position Sticky feature that enticed you to finally finish your website?
Well, I knew that I wanted a story, and I knew that I didn't want to lose people through pages, about pages, contact page, and I wanted just a long story page. And there's just something about Sticky that allows me to break down sections and really catch the eye on one specific section, and kind of freeze the moment the story is set. People can just go through a story, chapters basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Having chapters. I like that. So now let's rewind. All right. And when did you start learning Webflow?
too late. I wish I started earlier. Really, I did. I was working at this company called Beam, which is the photos of food that you see.
Yeah.
And they had this idea of making like a food media, like websites. And they were on WordPress, which is a great tool. But
I mean, it has,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to be nice, but it was hell. It was absolute hell. It's the classic thing. I bought a theme, I modified it to hell, I clogged it with plugins. It was running. I don't know how it was running, but it was running, full of custom code. It was hell. And then I stumbled upon this. I must have it somewhere. You remember this page? It was made by Webflow. It's the Interaction 2.0 web page.
The launch,
the
history.
Of the web. Yeah.
Yes.
Page, I saw it and I was like, oh, we need to do something on Webflow. We need to switch.
Yeah.
And my company, but I started to just have fun in Webflow, do little tests, and that's how it all began.
Awesome. What was that, like a year ago, 2 years ago? Uh-oh.
Yeah, about a year and a half ago, I'd say.
Oh, year and a half ago.
Yeah, probably.
That's amazing. So if you learned Webflow 5 years ago, 4 years ago, I don't know what you would be doing, because the amount of knowledge that you brought from your previous history, it seems like you have a lot of knowledge when it comes to web, and you brought it over to Webflow. It felt like it looks like it was as simple for you to pick up and learn.
Well, Webflow, I would say it's easy to say now, but it's a pretty easy tool to learn. The learning curve is way easier to me than it is to learn code or learn HTML or to learn how to do something, anything in WordPress. You can't do anything in WordPress without learning how to.
But you've known HTML and CSS beforehand.
Yeah, that's
right?
why.
So that's why it was low.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It helped me a lot, but what helped me the most is you. Your tutorials. I've been watching them all. I've been on repeat. I've been trying to redo all the things you've done. I remember you've been trying to redo the Apple iPhone X website.
Yes.
I remember that. I was just following what you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, after a while, the interactions, it starts to become basic, right? And it the door is open to whatever you want to do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'll be trying to do for this stream. But my next question was what was the hardest part when you're building everything out of Webflow? What was the hardest part that you had to learn and that was very stressful for you?
So it was not something to learn. It's more of a self-process, not Webflow related, but I would say the hardest part for this build was the lack of feedback from fellow designers, fellow developers. Because you constantly put yourself into thinking is it good enough what I did? Is this header good enough? Is it working? Is it clean enough? Being self-taught is good. It's really good, but then you don't know if you're doing things the right way, which is a really hard part. But then Webflow-wise, I'd say the hardest part was probably figuring out interactions. But once, as you said, once you start to break them down very easily and very visually, you start to really get it. It's that hard.
Awesome. All right. Last question. What tips can you give the Webflow community when it comes to building a portfolio site?
I think I've redone my website about 4 times from scratch since I started, like completely just erased the whole project. And I feel like my problem was I kept seeing these amazing examples of portfolios made by awesome people on, like, the Dribble websites, awards websites. And my first reaction was I want to copy them. I want to do the exact same thing. They do these amazing designs and I'm just going to literally copy, get the same fonts, get the same styles. No. Don't do this. This is my best tip. This is just the whole point of a portfolio to me. And I'm saying is very humbly because it's just my first little website and I was not expecting anything to blow. But I'm just saying, make it yours is the most important. Because you can have the flashiest interactions, you can have the best like particle explosions and like hover effects and but people who wants to work with you, wants to know who you are and what makes you different than all these wonderful portfolios with tons of flashy effects. And I'd say I'd rather read someone's story than just being blown away visually and not getting anything out of it. I'd rather learn who you are through your website. And that was my process through this.
You're speaking my language. I love it. Great tip. Let me get 2 or 3 questions on the live chat. If you have any questions for Thomas, please. Toma. If you have any questions for Toma, please put in the live chat room right now. And while we're waiting, what was your reaction when you first saw our VP of marketing tweet you out?
I didn't know what to expect. Even then, in this Webflow designer group that I suggest everyone joins because there's tons of so many nice people helping out, giving so many wonderful tips. It's called Webflow Designers on Facebook, I think. Mm-hmm. And everyone was so kind to me. I was just sharing out my first little website. I didn't expect anything out of it. I was let go at the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis. I just had signed this job and, well, they had to let me go because of things. That's understandable.
Makes sense.
So I was looking urgently for projects and things I could do with my money. I paid it, and everyone started to react very nicely to it. They were very positive about it. And what I loved the most is that they, just like you did, appreciated the story behind it more than the flashy effects.
Yes. And that's what I want to point out to everyone. I love what you're saying, and I want to point out his website is all about content about him. And that's what makes a website. If you remove all the interactions, if you remove all the images, if you remove, if you break down what web design or web coding was when it first came out, it was just text and links. It was just content. Everything else is just fluff. And there's this balance that you need to play for especially for your portfolio site, of telling your story and making it interactive. And Toma, the way you've done it, I think it's beautiful. So thank you so much for creating it and sharing it. I hope you got some offers or will get offers sometime soon.
I did.
You already did.
I'm confident that I'm gonna be able to pay my rent this month. It's awesome.
Let's go.
I had tons of people messaging me. I have 3 people that I'm gonna give Webflow lessons, teaching them. Abdul and Leo, if you're watching me, hi. And tons of portfolio building tips and people like wanting me to review their websites to help them out because they're also looking for a job and they lost theirs too. And you're just helping each other out. And I told you earlier, the hardest part was to lack feedback because I didn't have any contact.
Yeah.
In the community. Or so many people with us. Like, just if you're afraid to share your work and like you have no advices and you're stuck and you feel like you're staring at the blank page, don't hesitate to share your work because people are kind and they're gonna give you honest advices that are gonna make you progress.
Nice. All right, let's get 2 or 3 questions. Bence, what would you consider trying to copy pages and learn what other people do? Oh, okay. Would you consider trying to copy pages and learn what other people do helpful?
Yes. Especially if you're not too familiar with HTML and CSS, it's always useful to see with all modern browsers, you have access to the code of a page and you can kind of see how they structure things out, like how their sections are built, how their like pricing cards would be like made, what CSS they use to position certain things. So code-wise, it's very interesting to dive into how a website is made, so you can replicate it easily in Webflow. But to learn Webflow, what I did is also I went on Dribbble, the design website, and picked cool animations and just tried to redo them with Webflow interactions. It was the cool. I learned so much through it.
Yeah, just putting yourself out there and learning from an example and just doing it. All right,
it's
next
always
one.
Cool, yeah.
Next one from Anytam. How would you rate the learning curve of Webflow if someone isn't from a tech background and purely design?
Yeah, that can sound harder because if you don't have the HTML and CSS knowledge yet, or like just a brief idea of how things work, it can be real tough. My best tip would be to go to webflowuniversity.com, which is an insane website. Many videos that break down like the basic of Webflow's interface and specific topics in like 5 minutes. The person that makes the video tutorials is extremely funny. Maguire, I think his name is. And yeah, just go there. If you're struggling, for example, you have a design, you want to position things, but you know nothing about Webflow, check his video about positioning. You'll learn like what each things do, and just break down things easily. You don't have to tackle everything at the same time. You don't have to do interactions straight on. Just take it at your rhythm. Like, give yourself easy to tackle challenges. Build a simple header, put text on it, see how things are, play with positioning, flex extra. Just don't be too hard on yourself. And try to easily learn HTML, CSS rules.
Yeah.
And things will be much smoother for you.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I want this question too from Corey. He's asking, what was your process to write your content and organize your story?
It was a mess. I don't know if I can share my screen right now.
As with all great things, they start with a mess. Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you my mess of.
Whoa.
This is, and this is just one of them. This is what I use to organize my website and try to figure out like the script for it. For example, I had a blank black square which represents one of the case study page. It was just blank, and I just started writing down what I wanted to put, like the kind of content, just the text. Nothing was on the left, and then I slowly just started to build visually with some inspiration, with some like ideas, fonts, and I just followed the script. I just followed like what I wrote. I just wrote things down and then designed it, and it helped me to like really stay organized, tell like a good story that works.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So write things down. Don't hesitate to don't go ahead and start designing like upfront and like try to do things like immediately. Just take the time, think ahead. What do you want to say? In what order? What's just take your time to do this process, because it will make things so much easier in the long run.
Awesome. All right, 2 more questions. Let's go to Andra. Did you go to school? Have you followed web design classes? Your skills are impressive, or is it all self-taught?
Thank you so much. Yes, for the most part, it was self-taught. I didn't go to design school or anything like this. I did follow a 1-year web marketing course that taught me very basic video editing skills and social media skills. But the rest is mostly self-taught. Yeah.
We were actually talking about this before the stream. Like you said you're not a designer, and I'm like, what? It's designed so nicely, but I guess you just pulled from inspiration from everywhere and kind of molded it into your own, and that is amazing. And what I want everyone to take from this is that you have this way of curating content, and again, websites is just consuming content. And all the content you've created and in your past experience and the way you've told your story on your website is what really comes out from your portfolio. It's not if you remove all the interactions of your site is still beautiful because of the content. So, yeah, great job.
Yeah. And I would even add, like, I only had one real professional experience to showcase where I had things to show. You can still tell a story without you having done things in a professional way. If you're like taking photography as a hobby, but you're taking real good photographies and you think you can turn it into something professional or use it professionally, trust yourself. Showcase it. People might be interested in this service. Same goes for anything, video editing, 3D. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay, last question. I'll give it to Gabriel. Hey, Thomas, how do you deal with other devices? Do you work first on the mobile and then move up to desktop, or do you go desktop first down to mobile?
So the whole idea behind CSS, which is the foundation of any websites, is that it's in the name. It's cascading. I don't know how to say it in English. Sorry.
Oh, cascading style sheets.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole idea is that you go down.
Yeah.
Of going to the biggest version, and you go down to mobile and etc. etc. And that's the logic I prefer. Especially if you're building a portfolio, it will normally be consumed more on a desktop. It's a desktop experience first, because people will recruiters, employers will check it out on the desktop, on their laptops.
That's true.
So I'd say it depends on the project. If you know that your target audience is mobile first, that's a good idea to start with mobile. It really depends on the project.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much. Can't wait for you to create those videos teaching everyone how you did interactions. Let me know when that happens. Good luck. Tweet at me when you get another job, because I want to help and clap and you deserve it. But other than that, thank you so much for giving back to the Webflow community. I can't wait to see where your career goes from here. And now we're just going to break down your site. So thank you.
With pleasure. Thanks for having me, Nelson. See you.
Bye.